Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss on the topic tissues. In tissues we will be taking the topic plant tissues, as we know that plants and animals are having different type of tissues, and the plant tissues are of two type, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissues. Meristematic tissue we have discussed in the previous video. Here we will be focusing and explaining about the permanent tissues. Permanent tissue, actually what type of cells which makes the permanent tissue? The cells which lose the ability of division, which do not further divide, they form the permanent tissue. And the cells which are forming the permanent tissue, they acquires definite shape, size, and they perform a specific function. When a cell acquires a definite shape, size and a function, then this process is called as differentiation. Now, let us see that the permanent tissue itself is of two types. One is the simple permanent tissue and the other one is called as the complex permanent tissue. So the question arises that though the both tissues are permanent tissues, what makes them different and makes one a simple permanent tissue and the other complex permanent tissue? So the simple permanent tissue are the tissues which are made up of only one type of cells. Simple permanent tissues are those which are made up of only one type of cells. And simple permanent tissue, on the basis of the structure of the cell, the function performed by the cell, they itself are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Now let's see what are the special characteristics of these three one by one. Parenchyma tissue consists of the cells which are living. They are not only living, but their cell wall is also thin, and they are not that much specialized. They are comparatively or relatively unspecialized cells. One more thing which one should note in the case of parenchymatous tissue is that the cells are loosely packed. When the cells of this tissue are loosely packed, then there are the few spaces between them. And these spaces are called as the intercellular spaces. This is the characteristic feature of the parenchyma tissue. As we can see here in the diagram, you can very clearly see here in the diagram, the cells are thin walled. We are very clearly see that the cells are thin walled, and between the cells, like this, all the cells, we can see few spaces. And these spaces are called as the intercellular spaces. Now let us talk what are the functions of these tissues. The main or basic function of these tissues is to store the food. Now there are few modifications, a little different functions also they do, with a little difference in the structure or little difference in them. Like one type of parenchyma which is also called as sclerenchyma, because this parenchyma contains chlorophyll in it. Sclerenchyma, because this parenchyma contains chlorophyll in it, and because it is having chlorophyll in itself, it is capable of doing photosynthesis. That's why such parenchyma is called as sclerenchyma. Similarly, in aquatic plants, the parenchyma develops large air cavities in it, and this gives buoyancy, capability to the plant to float, right? And this type of parenchyma is called as aerenchyma. Now the second type of simple permanent tissue is the collenchyma. Here in the collenchyma tissue as well, the cells are living. Cells are living, elongated, but they are irregularly thickened. Irregularly thickened, where they are irregularly thickened? At the corners. They are irregularly thickened at the corners. When they get irregularly thickened at the corners, there is a very little space left. So normally we don't see any intercellular spaces in the case of the collenchyma. Right? We don't find much of the as we can see here in this diagram. As we can see very clearly here in this diagram, here we can see this is the vacuole, cell wall, right? And at the corners, these are the corners, here is the deposition. So there is no intercellular spaces we can find in it. We don't get, the wall is thickened. Corners, at the corners there is the thickening. So intercellular spaces are generally not found in the case of collenchyma. If we talk about the functions, the collenchyma provides flexibility to the plants. Because of this, the plants do not break, though they give the mechanical strength, and mechanical strength they are giving along with the flexibility. So allows the bending of the various parts, especially in the case of plants which need support to climbers, right? The tendrils and the stem of the climbers, they are having the tissue collenchyma, which provides mechanical support to them. Now we will talk about the third type of the tissue, simple permanent tissue, and that is sclerenchyma. In sclerenchymatous tissue, the cells are dead. This is the point which one has to note, that the previous two simple permanent tissues were having a living cells, but here the cells of sclerenchymatous tissues are dead. They are dead, that's why they make the plant hard and stiff. They don't make it flexible, they make it stiff, right? They are long and narrow, and their walls are very thick. Their walls are thick, that's why their lumen is almost absent or very little. And this thickening of the wall is because of the special substance called as lignin. And the cell is dead. So what is its function? The function of the location, let's see first the location. The tissue is present in the stems, around the vascular bundle, in veins of the leaves, in hard covers of nuts, even the husk of the coconut is also a sclerenchyma. So because it is so stiff, hard, that's why it provides the strength to the plant parts. It providing a strength which is required by the plants.